morning, social media. Here I am again with day 3 of my 14-day challenge. I'm catching up yesterday. We had load shedding and then it took a while to get back. So here is the video I promised you yesterday. And I will be referring to my notes, so don't feel funny if I keep looking away from the screen. Why I get a frog in my throat at this point? Unbelievable. All right, so today we're going to discuss the basics between fiat currency, which is every currency as you know it, and cryptocurrency. So fiat currencies are the currencies we know: the dollar, the rand, the pound, the yen, the euro, those sort of things are all referred to as fiat currencies. And the very first fiat currency that came into being was the British pound in 1694. There is a total of 775 different fiat currencies in the world. Now let's contrast that with cryptocurrency. Currently, there's there's currently, according to Google, 2,947 cryptocurrencies. So about 3 or 4 times as many cryptocurrencies as there are fiat currencies. And they started in 2008 with the most famous of them all being Bitcoin. So what is the main difference between these and how to understand them? Because some people get confused saying, well, they're both currencies, so they're the same thing, right? And I find the easiest way for me to explain it to people is to use a computer example. The basic difference between Microsoft and Apple. So if fiat currency is your Microsoft in the world, which is on practically every computer, by far, I don't know how many times it outnumbers, versus your Apple computers. Now they're both computers. They both have computing power. You can write documents, do spreadsheets, do presentations on both of them, but they're completely different languages. Of course, the Apple users are quite fanatical about their products, just like the crypto users are quite fanatical about their crypto. So completely different languages, but in the same kind of space. Fiat currency as we know it, we deem to be normal because it's what we've used since we've grown up, be it pounds, shillings, pence, dollars, nickels, dimes, whatever. That's been normal for us, whereas the cryptocurrencies may not have the smaller denominations within a denomination. So there's a 1 Bitcoin, a half a Bitcoin, a quarter of a Bitcoin. It doesn't have different names like crowns, shillings, pence. I have to stop putting ounces in there. Thank you, Winnie the Pooh. Nickels, dimes, that sort of thing. They always just talk about a fraction of whatever it was. The big difference I see between fiat currency and cryptocurrency is what underlies the two currencies. Cryptocurrency is purely market-driven. Fiat currency is underwritten by debt. It used to be based on the gold standard, but in the 1970s, they did away with the gold standard. It is now purely driven by debt. And my personal conspiracy theory about why the governments of the world are not interested in a cryptocurrency is because the governments of the world can't get their hands on it. A fiat currency, because it's debt-driven, they can print out as much of it as they like. And in certain countries, governments have gone into pension funds of companies and government departments and taken haircuts off it. And the governments don't like it. But that's my personal private conspiracy theory. Use it, don't use it as you see fit. That's also why I think a lot of them outlaw it. I mean, in South Africa, we have 3 different governing bodies when it comes to currency. And we first and foremost have SARS, which is our tax man, who says, oh, cryptocurrency, it's an asset, we can tax it, go ahead, it's legal. Then you have the Reserve Bank, the central bank, who goes, yeah, but because we can't see it, how do we know that they are declaring it accurately? So we're not that keen on it being legalized, but they do allow the banks to do their point of sale transfer, not the point of sale, their balance of payment transfers in a cryptocurrency. I think they use Ripple, which is interesting. So the Reserve Bank, the central bank, allows the banks to offset their debts with each other in a cryptocurrency, but they're not that keen on the average man in the street having it. And then we have the new kids on the block, the FSCA, I think they're called, used to be the old Financial Services Board, who goes, we can't govern it, so we outlaw it. not interested. Kind of like when Malema said, well, that guy tweeted badly about me, so I'll just shut down Twitter. Yeah, same sort of thing. Again, my personal conspiracy theory. And then just on a final point, because fiat currency is debt-driven, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies are not, becomes a bit of a challenge, because what's the point of then taking your money, your assets, and putting it into crypto if you can never use it? So how do you get to use it without going into debt? Now, some people do use a credit card in the fiat currency to go and buy cryptocurrency, but the debt stays on the fiat side, not on the crypto side. But now, how are you going to interact? How are you going to transact? Online is easy with cryptocurrency. There are a lot of payment portals where you can do your online transactions, where if you've gone onto any online shops, you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and sometimes they've even got a crypto block that you can choose to pay for your purchases with either Bitcoin or one of the other cryptocurrencies. But how do you do that in real life? If you're going shopping and you want to now use your Bitcoin to buy your toilet paper, how do you do that? And so the cryptocurrencies of the world have been talking to the fiat currencies and going, well, can we use your infrastructure, your point of sale infrastructure at the store? And I can just imagine the conversation going like, oh, Apple, you want to come play in the Microsoft space? No, we're not going to give you a plugin. Or we will give you a plugin, but our transactions will get the priority. Can you imagine standing at the store for an hour and a half waiting for your Bitcoin transaction to go through the point of sale in the store? I mean, I start sweating at a minute and a half, hoping I've got the right PIN number and just hoping that it's not that the network's down or there are actually funds in my account. In a Bitcoin or crypto card, you know that there's funds there because you're not in debt. So it's not like you're at the limit or anything. But to wait an hour and a half? So in order to counteract that, some of the cryptos are getting together and putting in the kind of infrastructure that you would see at a point of sale at any shop in the world. And that infrastructure is called blockchain. You've probably heard the word thrown around and wondered where it actually fits in. It fits in with the point of sale. It can also be used for laptops and cell phones because it is an encrypted technology. But you can understand that rolling out that kind of a blockchain technology to the point that rivals the in-store point of sale thing, it's not cheap, it's not quick, it's not easy, but it is coming. So it's a long-term project that if you wanted to get involved in, you certainly could, and you could definitely message me for more information on that. At this point, I would like to offer you a free giveaway, as I promised. And if you either comment or message on this video, let me know, and I will send you a digital copy of As a Man Thinketh. So I look forward to hearing from you. Certainly give me a like or a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you probably later today because I need to day 4 later on. I'll see you then. Have a super duper day. Cheerio.